volume of work is only going to increase, and general counsels really do need to focus on what really matters to the business. What are the most significant legal risks? What are the strategic plans of the business, and how can they be derailed by legal issues?
Well, we can't avoid the question. COVID-19 has definitely been a big topic among, general counsel as they guide their businesses during these unique times. Could you maybe tell me what it's like being based in Singapore, and how have your legal responsibilities shifted as a result of recent events?
It's such an extraordinary time. The pandemic, I think, if I look at, there's two facets to it. There's a personal experience, and then there's sort of the professional experience. And with working from home, everything seems to be more interlinked these days. For our company, it's been a massive change. I think we looked first at the effect it had on our employees, with over 150,000 employees across the globe. How do we transition from an office environment to a working from home environment? How do we manage to continue to run our factories? How do we ensure business continuity? And so that was a huge focus for the company, particularly in the first couple of months of the pandemic. And so it was chaotic. It was chaotic, but obviously managing that, I think, one of the greatest challenges the company's ever faced. The other part of COVID, because we're an FMCG company, we operate across categories. The effect on the business is quite marked in that we have some portfolios which have been severely affected by the pandemic, whether it's our ice cream business, which is very large, people not going out. So that suffered somewhat. But on the same flip side, we had a hand sanitizer business, which had sort of done very well, but now it exploded in terms of the demand.
I might just inquire about the hygiene or the sanitizing products and the demand for them exploding. How did you manage that?
It's certainly a matter of finding the human resource in my team to deal with a business need to market our products. Most of those under our Lifebuoy brand, which is a sort of brand encompasses in a personal care space, which had a significant amount of business. But of course, with COVID, we handed a huge amount of business to our Unilever International business. Now, Unilever International kind of sits outside the core Unilever. It finds the white spaces around the world where we can find to sell our products. It works at speed, at pace. It's very agile. And we had to, as a legal team, keep up, essentially. So it was very challenging. And I think we needed to be more mindful of balancing the legal risk versus obviously the humanitarian need as well as the commercial need. So different risks to evaluate. Fascinating for my team to encounter that, because there was obviously significant demand, and we just had to ensure that we we were agile enough to keep up with that. And I think that's something that's going to be a real need for in-house lawyers. Even post-pandemic, I think there's more pace in business now. The other extraordinary story about COVID is the future of work. I haven't been in an office since January. And prior to that, like a lot of other workers, I sort of got up in the morning, I'd go to the office, I'd be in the office, and then I'd leave. Mm-hmm. And that's just completely changed forever. I think it's interesting in that when we talk about Asia, and particularly Southeast Asia, even within that region, there's such a huge diversity of countries and cultures. We talk about the Northern Hemisphere, or we talk about Europe. It's harmonised in part in terms of its legal system. In Asia, at least in Southeast Asia, there is just this huge variety of differing legal systems, from the very well-developed to maybe the less well-developed in countries like Myanmar or Cambodia or Laos, and then the well-developed is like Singapore or even Malaysia. So I think Southeast Asia is unique in its legal challenges, and there's certainly no one-size-fits-all approach.